All right, happy to share some feedback here. Let's look at the cover. Um, I think that's kind of fun and playful the way you've staggered that. It might confuse a few people because the type is all in white. That is Happy Doggy Tales Delights. When you want it to read Happy Tales Doggy Delights. So I suggest you differentiate Doggy Delights a little bit more. One way you could do that is maybe go with the dark brown. It would still be within your color scheme here. Not so dark that it's almost a black, but dark brown, so you have good contrast against the tan. And then maybe even consider making an italic, and it'll be easier to read Happy Tales, Doggy Delights with this staggering. Yeah, that's a fun application of the paw prints, and I could see that you use that throughout the whole thing. Dun, dun, dun. On the back, good differentiation. That you got going on. You called out phone number, email. Because this drop down and this drop down, you might as well drop down the phone number too, because it looks like kind of strange that the phone number is on one line and then there's two lines and there's two lines. So try it and see. Oh, and you add a gap between the one and the parenthesis there. This is, I would consider this a lot of bad breaks. In other words, you have long lines and short lines and long lines and short lines. And particularly when a long line has a very short word at the end, it's considered a bad break. There's nothing holding it up, it just wants to fall over. So I'd probably push and down, and then I'd add a return after shapes, so you'd had a gap there. So it's treated more as these separate thoughts rather than a continuous jumble of text. I'd probably get rid of the hyphenation. Okay, let's give you some feedback over here. This part a little bit bigger. All right. Yeah, you can use caps occasionally. I feel like this is probably too many words all in caps. In other words, it comes across as yelling and more of a block than a readable text. So maybe either A, you emphasize a few things in caps, or just like use it as a stepping stone to get me from, in this case, the paw print, or maybe from here to the paw print to this. Our biscuits are all natural, and then from there go to upper lowercase mix. Just like this is considered, a stepping stone to dun to dun to dun. Okay, maybe I'd put this in italics. This is kind of a risky length to put in right justification, but because you right justified that, and you fully justified that one, okay, yeah, um, yeah, try it. We'll see, we'll see. Um, Too bad we don't have the rest of the dog to run off the end there. Whatever. Okay, good title here. You probably want some stepping stone to be able to get from there to there. Maybe just a drop cap T would work. And maybe this in a heavier weight if there's like a medium, not necessarily bold. Health, taste, great. It's strange that why is our handmade treats and then why doesn't R fit right there? And that's a strange hyphenation for healthier. So take a look at this again. You got some bad breaks going on, and I think it's some of the original text that was provided to you, and that's because it was pulled from a scanned image, and it was Acrobat that pulled the text. So be, well, I'm grateful that you don't have to type it all. Da, 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 da. So, I bet if we fix this, we'll fix the widow. Okay, good. Good differentiation there. Hmm. I'm tempted to just move confections right over here, so and then increase the size maybe a little, and it doesn't have to go all the way over, but it would come across as more of the name of the company if it wasn't split. Canine seems to apply to this panel, and confection everything in this panel, when really canine confection applies to both. So why don't you put it over here, let it run across the fold, make it slightly bigger, and apply to both panels. Okay, so this is the general information. So I want this text different than from these. So I'm not sure what to do right there. Differentiate it with italics or size or something. So it's right now it looks like it's another kind of treat that you can buy that's missing its title and its price, but it's not. It's the general introduction to all of these things. So somehow we got to make it that. Very often, retailers will put prices in italics. We found that people just kind of glance over them a little bit more, and since you don't really want to emphasize money, money, money when you're trying to get people to buy things, it might be a good approach. But great use of color. The only other thing that I thought of, there's a lot of pictures of these so-called treats, and you could throw some in there. You don't have to have a picture for every single one, but just a few pictures might give a viewer an idea of what to expect, and that could be on the cover, or it could easily be right here in the hidden panels. So I hope that you find it helpful. Thank you very much for sending this to me right away. Very impressive. Stay on top of things.